Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Mama Judy Tarot. This is Penny, and this was intended to be a timeless reading. However, it appears that for some of you, you're going to be getting married within the next 3 months, so let's modify the timeline. So, from now until within the next 3 months. So, when this reading will likely apply for those it hits with. That being said, you guys have a great reading. This is going, or may come to as a surprise to those it applies to, but the universal love oracle cards I pulled for you guys. You got blessings, divine guidance, soulmate, sacred union, miracles, messages from afar, and love. So yeah, got some blessings coming in. You'll be receiving divine guidance regarding the soulmate and sacred union situation. If you've been trying to manifest some miracles, they're going to be hitting within this time frame. Receiving messages from afar, whatever afar may be to you. Could be from the celestial realm, it could be another country, it could be another state, whatever that looks like. And they're going to be regarding love in some cases. Then I pulled some Doreen Virtue Romance Angel cards, and I pulled True Love, Engagement, Soulmate, and Wedding. So, I don't know, do some of you guys know you're getting married? Because some of you may be getting engaged next month and then married within 3 months. So congratulations for those who it applies to. And I say that because I did some Kipper and I got some additional clarification and ended up with some of the, you'll see some synchronicities here. Or, yeah. So anyway, first card out for the Kipper, you got change. So you guys have a chance to make a change. You have a change coming up. And this may include relocation, and I actually clarified the change card, and I got the marriage card. And so, I mean, it can and it does indicate marriage in many cases, but this card, not only can it stand for literal marriage, but it represents any kind of close contractual relationship, such as a business partnership or joint venture as well. So it could be definitely related to your career. More abstractly, it can represent any joining of forces, whatever that looks like. And so it's time to enter into a relationship in private. That's what's interesting about this meaning, is that in private. So it's interesting. Doesn't mean private in your job or any other social life matters. So you may be, maybe this is a secret relationship, or a relationship that doesn't have a lot of visibility. You don't want a lot of people knowing about, in terms of your friend group or whatever, in the initial stages, or for whatever reason. And it could also, carry over into, business matters. I mean, it could be silent partner, or whatever, however y'all roll. And so, in short, you're going to be entering into a contract of some sort with somebody, in secret, perhaps. So then you have sudden wealth. So right now you can feel safe. Sudden wealth announces success and affluence, gain, or profit in your job. So it also shows a secure partnership. And this can, be matters of love or career, either one. Then you guys got the official person. So this is literally any person in uniform, such as someone in military, a police officer, etc. This can be a person who's gruff, forceful, or even humorless. So if you know anybody that fits in those categories, ding, ding, ding. But this is he's the make it happen dude. I mean, he needs to get some shit done. I mean, he's one. And this can also mean it's this, whatever this is, the above mentioned, it's happening whether you like it or not. So there you go. And because you may be in a situation where you're not giving the orders, he is. And if it's not an actual military officer, he can be an official of some sort, like a judge. This person might be, if you're not, say you're not close, if you were not closely affiliated with this person, they may appear to be unapproachable and intimidating. Or you may even find them to be this way. But anyway, this is who we're talking about. And this can be a relationship of restraint and formality. Restraint and formality. And then you got journey. It's time to leave your old situation, your old life. Anything that's familiar, it's time to hit it. It's time to roll. And could be relocating. It could be change. You could be leaving jobs, relationships, homes, whatever. You may just be going for all new. Congratulations. And then you got false person. Now, I believe this is you guys. This is an opportunity to be who and what you really are, opposed to how you normally present yourselves. I think some of you guys wear a mask. I think that and I don't know, maybe it's, you feel like you've had to, due to whatever your situation. It could be conditioning, it could just be situational, but I think you guys are very different. Like, the real you is very different than what a lot of people know you as. And so these changes, this journey, whatever, you may just be, that may be one of the changes. You're going to be who you are. You're going to be authentic. You're going to stop caring about appearances or, whatever, because you care about being happy. You care about being you. Because the real you is she or he is a lot more fun than the you that you felt as though you've had to appear to be, perhaps. Because then you got a message of concern. Maybe doing this, maybe there's someone in your life that finds these changes in your life to be an inconvenient truth. Or they may find it depressing. Maybe there's somebody in your life that finds you embracing you and doing you. They may, your happiness may depress them, which is unfortunate. Which is not funny, but I really think that's what the deal is. And I think some of y'all just, you ran out. You have like 0 F's type situation. And maybe it's just unexpected, and which is concerning. Because Aquarians, you know how you are. You guys are very tolerant. And a lot of people, they don't realize, because it's like, it's always like the undercurrent. Things, bubble under the surface. And then whenever you've had enough, usually your external environment, they don't realize that, because you guys are really good at maintaining your composure and having your poker face and all that. And so they don't really, and you're very controlled anyway, they don't see it coming. And so when you've had enough, and and you're like, all right, I'm gonna hit it, you make changes, it's decisive action. And sometimes if there's people around you that aren't really fond of paying attention, or noticing trending behaviors and seeing there are possible changes to some of those, the subtle warning signs, this could be concerning to them, because it to them it may come out of nowhere. To you, it came out somewhere. So anyway, then you have unexpected income. You're going to be receiving a small sum of money from an unexpected source. It's sudden, it's swift, or surprising the way you receive it. And it can speak to formal contracts that require signatures. Timing on this is 2 weeks, roughly. So you're going to have some sudden, unexpected changes and improvements that can concerning many aspects of your life. You may be receiving unexpected messages in love, an invitation, promotion, unexpected recognition. Regardless, your buck's up. Baby, your buck's up. Good for you. You know, I think what it is that you guys, you're investing in yourself because you're an asset, not a liability. You want to turn a profit. Energetically, baby, you're either making money or losing money, right? And so, I don't know. I think you're investing in yourself. I think that's what is happening in all facets. Then you got community, support, being understood, finding a place where you belong. Regarding partnerships, this speaks to harmonious relationships in terms of work. It's a positive work environment. Then you got message. You'll be receiving a message. It's a pleasant message. You don't like this. I don't know. So you have to let me know. Love, work, both, whatever. Then you got the child card. This speaks to new beginnings, new projects, new jobs, or new love, or all the above. I think right now, the vibe I'm picking up on the Aquarius tribe is that you want new. If it's not working, you're getting rid of it. All of it. More the merrier. If it's not working, it's causing problems, you're getting rid of it. Because it's time. So anyway, new beginnings. And it represents a fresh start. Some of you may find out you're pregnant. So if that's not on the agenda, if you hadn't really forecasted for that, you might want to, heads up. But then, because then you got concern card, speaks to profound worry, confusion, or lack of freedom. So yeah, if you got pregnant, that could definitely implicate your freedom-seeking nature. So, it didn't have to be about that, but it could be. It could also just be, if you guys have, a lot of changes going on at once, like your whole life, that could cause some concerns. It may not be overt, but, could be there. Then, you got expectation, the expectation card. So what this is, it's a pause or waiting period. There's no forward motion. It's time for observation, reflection, and contemplation. It's about thinking things through, patience and non-action, letting things happen on their own accord. So typically there's a 3-month wait on this. So this could be about anything, job, relationships, whatever. You could be treating relationships like, the 90-day probationary period at work and shit. I don't know. So, you may just be, checking it out. Just seeing how things go, whatever. And I don't think you guys are going to be putting forth a lot of action. And, how do I put this? You're at the point where you know your value, you know your worth. And those who cannot, that's their loss, not really your problem, because you're not going to try to prove your worth. Because if anybody's paying attention, it'll be readily apparent. And so, I think you're kind of at the place where you know your value. And those that are hip to the game do too. And so, they're going to act right. And they're going to put forth the necessary effort to retain a valuable asset. And so I think that's what this is about. And whatever it is, whether it's relationship, work, or whatever, I think you're going to be seeing how invested whoever, whatever is, and if they're worth your time. If you're going to get a return on your investment. Because anybody or anything doesn't see you as worthy of effort, or the amount of effort that you deem you're worthy of, then it's not really a loss, is it? You're saving time. It's not really a loss. So you're going to be seeing, what people are about. Are they going to talk about it, or are they going to be about it? We prefer both at this point. Then, because you know what? I think you're in a place of inaction because you're tired of being around people where that's your constant state. I mean, if they're going to flatline, you're going to be lying. Okay? So, then you got privileged lady. This is you guys. So, this is a lucky phase after you get past this bullshit, maybe, or I don't know, maybe before then, I don't know. Then you got privileged lady, and it's a lucky phase. It's being carefree. There's no worries. It represents prosperity and a comfortable life. I think this is you in the present day because I think you guys are at the point. I think you guys had a lot going on, and I think something happened. I don't think you give a shit about a lot of things anymore. It's not that you don't give a shit. You don't give a shit as much as you did. You're kind of at the point where, you're easy like Sunday morning. You're in flow state. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But you're not bothered either way because you know you're going to end up where you need to be and with the people you need to be with. And, yeah, I think that's where you guys are at. I know that's where you guys are at. Then you got wealthy man. It stands for career success, business acumen, smart plans, rational thoughts, and well-calculated risk. And that's where you got, that's the other thing, is that you guys don't have any problem taking a risk. In fact, the higher the risk, if it's calculated, the greater the return on your investment typically. So it's not about, you don't have a problem taking a risk. It just has to be calculated. They have to be worth your time, effort, and resources. Are they worthy of you? So anyway, this individual, he's going to grant you access to his network. This could be either a young and dynamic gentleman or a wealthy and ambitious man. So he's either going to be a boy that's young and dynamic, or he's going to be a man that's wealthy and ambitious. You got 9 of Cups. It's card Pisces. This is a yes card. You're getting exactly what you want and having your wishes granted. Things are turning out just the way you had planned. And you could be meeting someone that you think is absolutely perfect. And chemistry is amazing. And you could be getting exactly what you want out of this relationship. If you're in the job market, this means you got the job, you got the raise that you're wanting, and there's a cause for celebration either way. Then you got the 9 of Wands, card Sag. And this person could be making a passionate commitment to make a change, implement a plan or idea. That's good. They're going to make some changes. You're going to commit to something, make a plan. That's good. Strategy helps. So it's time to be a little reckless, be passionate about life, and try something different. You're going to be expressing your daring side. There's going to be a side of you people haven't seen in a while. Some people have never seen it. This is a side of Aqua I like this mode. And this person is going to be seductive and lustful. So yeah. I think the old you is coming back is what I think. That's what I think. I think they may have been... somebody has awakened the sleeping giant. The world hadn't seen this side of you in a while. And I think it's about time. Then you got Ace of Cups. It speaks to clairvoyance, psychic powers or gifts, and creativity. It could also speak to a love for one's work, or someone confessing their feelings for you. It's a good opportunity to share your feelings and have them well received. So, yeah, I think somebody's finally going to be confessing their feelings for you. I don't think this is anything new. I think the fact that they're actually admitting to them is new. I think them getting to a place where they don't act right is maybe something new. So, commendable work. It's important. Well, this is the other thing. I think, it may go both ways. I mean, maybe you have refrained from expressing or, how you feel about this individual because you may have felt as though they lacked the emotional maturity to handle all of you. And you're a lot of woman. I mean, you have a big presence, personality. You have strong personality. And it takes a man to feel confident enough to handle you, maybe. And this is a deal, is that I think a lot of people are intimidated by you, and they shouldn't be. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, in some cases, they may think you're out of their league or, like you would never date them. And you know what? Aquarius, that surprise the hell out of you. You never know. Aquarius, they look for things in people that you wouldn't suspect. Like some Aquarians, they don't give a shit about, your money or what. I mean, it's about the person. I think that sometimes Aquarians get a bad rap because how we appear to be and how we really are, in many cases, are different. It's my point is that unfortunately, in many cases, people don't take the time to get to know their audience, who they're dealing with. You have to, with the Aquarius, you can't just look at the title of the book and flip through, the introduction. You got to get a few chapters in to know what you're dealing with. And it would behoove you not to think you know what you're dealing with when you don't. And I think that this may have been the case in this situation. That being said, it's important when you get to this point to make sure that you are 100% emotionally honest with this person and encourage them to do the same. Because this may be a one-shot deal. And I think when you get to this point, it's important that you let them know how much you care about them when you have this opportunity to have this conversation and when it presents itself. Because it's the other thing about Aquarians, and some people know it, some people don't. Aquarians, it's not that we're absent of emotion. That's not the case. I think Aquarians are maybe the most caring and loving zodiac sign. However, not everybody gets that side of us, because with Aquarians, we don't freely exchange those things because you have to earn that. And so a lot of times what you see isn't necessarily what the situation is. A lot of times we may care deeply about someone, but externally they would never indicate that because they haven't earned that yet, or they haven't created a safe enough space for us to feel as though we can have that conversation, and so I think that's what this is going to be about, setting the proper expectations, because this person likely is completely unaware of how you feel about them because, the opportunity just hasn't presented itself. But like I said, encourage it to go both ways. Encourage yourself and the other individual to be an adult. I don't understand why are conversations so difficult for some people, especially around emotions. I don't understand why adults think it's easier to lie to themselves and others about their feelings, all the while living in a state of worriment and anxiety because you're about to miss out on a great opportunity because you're a dumbass. You can't be honest. So, I mean, maybe don't put it that way, but you get the point. So then you got emotional honesty. Okay, is my point. Emotional honesty. I mean, everything you do it from a state of, a principle and integrity. You know, integrity should be the footstool of everything you do. Be emotionally honest. Be honest and, be who you are. See, this is the deal. I'm getting back to the false person. You guys, you're taking the mask off. You're not going to pretend to be something you're not anymore. And that includes, restraining your emotions, your whatever. You're going to be who you are. You're going to express yourself. And either it's well received or it's not. Either way, a no has never killed anybody. It's not going to kill you. Or them. Or anybody else. I think it's something you can get past. But what you can't get past is regret. Because Aquarians, you don't really invest your time and energy in someone that you have not assessed and felt as though they're worthy of extending this opportunity. So, and it's important that, this other person knows that as well. So then you have Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, the card of Virgo. This person is, actually, I think this is you guys. I mean, Knight of Pentacles is someone that's kind, compassionate, dependable, faithful, hardworking, practical. They're, the movement here it's more methodical. I know this is you guys. The movement here is going to be more methodical. Taking the time to actively observe and then thoughtfully move forward to deal with any challenges. See, I talked about earlier about, risk taking and all that stuff. See, this thing about Aquarians, we'll switch up on you because we can. Because we got the air earth element, baby. I mean, especially, I'm on the cusp. So I could definitely switch up on you when it's necessary, when it's needed. It depends on the situation. See, not every situation. You have to wear different hats, whatever you're dealing with. But in this situation, you're going to be methodical. And when you're dealing with these challenges, in this way, you're going to obtain a quiet victory. So, you're going to actively observe and thoughtfully strategize and execute. Okay? Then you got Ace of Swords. After this, you're going to have an epiphany about an opportunity to make a drastic change for the better. It's a reason it's important to observe, to know your audience, know what you're dealing with, strategize, execute accordingly, because it's going to be an opportunity to make a drastic change for the better, and you're going to be getting the solution that you need based on this information. You may encounter a divine messenger who invites you to move forward. Be open to new ideas. This individual, this messenger, it's going to be a person. They're going to be helping you discover your personal power and purpose in life. So, in fact, I believe this divine messenger, it could be your new boo thing, or whoever this individual you've been dealing with is. Could be. Don't have to be, but it could be. It's going to be something like in your external reality. I believe you guys are pursuing a creative endeavor, which is the avenue used to present this divine revelation. I'll tell you why. Because I think a lot of you guys, I talked about it in previous readings, but you guys are sitting on you have a lot of unharvested talents. You have a lot of gifts, but you've been really, when it comes to purpose, you've been asking for guidance about your purpose. And I think some of you guys communicated this with the angelic realms, whoever you subscribed to recently. And this is going to be your answer right here. You needed it to be blatant and clear and come in a more tangible form. This divine messenger is a person. And this is the deal. I think that you guys, your purpose is going to be in a field, or it may be still in the same field, but it's going to be a different facet of whatever field you've been working in. That's going to be your area of expertise, but I don't think it's something that you would have typically or have ever really pursued. And I think that the divine, they had to do like a little sneak attack on you because they had to strategize in order to put you in the right environment to reel you in. So there's going to be a course correct right here of some sort, if that makes sense. Hope it does. Because you're going to be really clear after this conversation. The divine is using somebody. You know somebody in your life. Like I said, it could be this new boo thing, or it's somebody you know or you're about to meet, that they are the divine. Either God himself or angels are feeding this person messages for you specifically, and they know it. If they don't know it yet, they're about to know it. Then you got the Three of Wands. This is the beginning of a new project. You're going to be making plans for a new career or a new life. You're going to be encouraged to take on more of a leadership role at work. And you're going to be planning for the future from a place of safety and comfort. This is going to be a time of expansion and growth. So it's important to have hope because the future looks bright. Because you guys have always known you have a very specific and a very important purpose. You've never looked for a career. For who this applies to, yes, career, but your purpose, your divine purpose. That's what it's really about for you. Because you're here for a very specific reason. You've always known that, but you needed a more exacting response. This is going to be it. Once you get this, because that's the reason, because a lot of you guys have probably, because I know typically, I mean, Aquarians are very driven and they're very goal oriented. You're real big on personal and professional development, and you're also, if you're going to do something, you want to do it well. You're going to be an expert in that field. I think that some of you maybe have felt as though there was some stagnation going on because Aquarians, when you know, you know. And once you know that this is the way to go, you're all over it. Anytime, because Aquarians, I think you guys are probably the most intuitive signs. And you know whenever there's an intuitive block or you're missing some information. That's what you've been waiting on, is this information. Now that you have this information, you can hit it. Then, because then you got the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. You're going to have the opportunity to showcase your abilities or skill set. So this is going to be a skill set or ability you already possess. Like I said, you have many talents and skills. This will be one of them. You're going to be able to showcase this. You're going to be presented with the right opportunity. The divine has been waiting. They've been teeing you up. They've been waiting for all this to fall in line. Because you're already in the right environment. This was the missing piece. So once you're going to be presented the opportunity to showcase this. So then your financial worries are going to be over. Because you guys are great at this. This is a time of creative focus, confidence, and personal growth. Whatever this is, you guys are exceptional. at this. Something you're very good at. And likely it's a gift that you've overlooked in some way. Either that or you just didn't have the right connections until now. All of this has been divinely orchestrated. The divine has set everything up perfectly for you guys. You're at the right place, right people, right time, right audience. The right audience. I think that's a key factor. Then you have the Two of Cups. You're going to be making a strong partnership with a client or coworker. Could indicate an office romance. And you could be receiving news from afar, forming a romantic or emotional attachment with someone who's not in your area. This promises a romantic union and learning how to be each other's best friend as well as lovers. You're going to learn how to form a bond of trust. Not only trust them with your feelings, but let them trust you as well. See, this is the deal. I don't think that you guys have been actively pursuing relationships because it just hasn't been an area of focus. It's not that you're not interested. It's just that I think you guys are very particular, and I think that it just hasn't really been a focal point. I mean, some people dating, they're like serial monogamists, you know. Dating's like, you know, a part-time job or something like that. I mean, and if that's you, I mean, no judgment, but the Aquarians I'm talking to, that has not been the case. So the point is that it's not that you're more interested in a relationship, you just hadn't been presented the right opportunity. I think what the deal is that I think this started out, whatever this is, it was a career deal. And obviously, and then you're going to meet somebody you work with, and you're going to hit it off. And it's going to be like a divine partnership or sacred union of some sort. That's what I think. But this is a deal because Aquarians, I mean, you guys... See, Aquarians, you seek depth in a person. Because when you look at a person, I mean, you don't see a person. You're seeing their soul. You read people well. You know exactly what you're dealing with. And, you know... You're not down with, I mean, people lack substance. You know that immediately. And so you don't waste a lot of time. This person is going to be different. There's going to be something about them that you like. That's my ish. I can get down with that, right? You guys, you're going to have, because you guys are very intellectual, you're very intelligent, you're very wise, you're old souls. And you're not interested in trivial bullshit, small talk. You hate small talk, stuff like that. This person is going to be about something, and that's going to get your attention. They're going to interest you in some way. You guys are going to share similar interests. But I think the other deal is, and they might be fine too. On top of that, you're like, hey, they sexy too, which obviously doesn't hurt. But I think the thing that you're going to find sexy about them is that I think they might be sapiosexual, like they find intelligence sexy, because you do too. That, and they understand the importance of purpose. They're driven in terms of career in a similar area, obviously. Because you want the whole deal. You want someone that you can vibe with, I mean, spiritually, financially, career-wise. You want somebody that... Because you're all about becoming the next best version of yourself. You want to be with somebody that not only affords you that opportunity, that will help you become a better person, and that you can do the same for. You want an equal partnership. Because the way you look at things is that you're either growing together or you're growing apart. You can't have someone that's real focused on personal and professional development, with someone who's not. Because hell, Aquarians, I mean... If you're not with somebody that is where growth and spiritual growth, I mean, the whole deal is you're with someone that's stagnant, Hell, a year from now, they won't even know you because you're constantly evolving. That's what you've been waiting for. You want someone you can grow with, but that you can have a love relationship with, but that you can also be best friends with, because when you're in a relationship, you know, the relationships that truly lack intimacy and that they fall apart and because they don't have any foundations because they're not friends. You'd be surprised how many people are with people they claim to love but they don't trust. You want somebody to ride or die. Do you trust this person? Can you trust this person? Can you love me while knowing everything about me? Will you allow me to respect you by being honest with me? You know, things like that. Because that's a real relationship. Those are relationships that you can't be, you can't fuck with, because there's substance to it. They're about something, because you're about something, and that person is about something. Whenever you're a couple of substance in a hollow world, they can't touch you, because there's power there. That's what you've been looking for, and that's what this is going to be. And you're going to know it when you meet them, and they're going to know it as well. There's not going to be, it's going to be instant. There's not going to be any questions. You never believed in love at first sight until you met this person. But you didn't fall in love with their exterior. You fell in love with who they are as a person, because you took the time to get to know them and they did the same. And you respect each other for that. Aquarians respect people that take the time to get to know who they are. A lot of Aquarians are very attractive, but they don't prefer to be, they don't like to showcase that part, because they want people to fall in love with their minds and their hearts and who they are. What we look like is just a byproduct. We live by the philosophy of our internal beauty far exceeds our external beauty. That's what makes us so beautiful. And this person's going to see that, and you're going to respect them for that. Then you got the High Priestess. You're going to have an open heart-to-heart communication, allowing you and your partner to get on the same page, leading to a mutual understanding that you're seeing the situation clearly, and you've been led to the correct conclusion based on your intuition, so you can take action based on what you're feeling. And that's what I was talking about is, like I said, you guys are very intuitive. This person is too. Highly. And this is what's going to make this relationship easy, is because I think you guys are either very psychic or very intuitive. You guys are going to be vibing. And you're just going to know, and you can act on that. And it's not going to be weird, because you guys are on you both have the gifts. And so my point is, you're seeing this situation clearly, and you can trust it, and you're going to know it the moment you meet them. And you're going to feel comfortable acting on that, because you're just going to know. You know, have you ever heard people say, you just know when you know? It's going to be one of those situations, and you're going to act on it. You're not going to second guess it. You're going to go for your intuition. Because I think in the past, and that's something that irritates the hell out of Aquarians, confused people. People don't know what the hell they want, or what. The Aquarians are very decisive, because we know. We know what we want. We know what we're dealing with. Either yes or no, whatever. But people that like stay in the gray and they can't make a decision, no, Aquarians don't got time for that. And this person, they're going to be like you in that regard. So, you're going to respect that. Because you don't have time for that. You need someone who has emotional maturity. depth of understanding of who they are. Because only people that don't know who they are have difficulty making decisions for themselves. And this person, they're going to meet the criteria. So then you have temperance. So it speaks to channeling messages from the angelic realm, mediumship. Some of you guys may be mediums, probably. And you have direct contact with spirits and guides and angels and ascended masters. I mean, that's your norm. And so watch out for messages from God or the divine, because you're going to be getting those regarding this situation. Speaks to divine intervention on your behalf. Divine or angelic protection, personal alchemy, and spiritual transformation. Like I said, this situation has been divinely orchestrated. This is literally your divine counterpart. For real. I mean, call it twin flame, whatever. But you guys have a divine mission, purpose. So, all of this, there was divine intervention for you. This was all lined up for you. And it's gonna be seamless. There's not gonna be any hiccups. Anytime you have the divine involved, yeah, it's gonna be a straight shot. And that's the reason you're not gonna question it, because you're gonna know. Because you're gonna be getting messages from the angelic realm and from God. Also, this relationship, this union, it's protected. It's strongly protected by the divine. Nobody could touch this if they wanted to. At all. And then, it also speaks, like I said, personal alchemy or spiritual transformation. This person, you needed this person. Because a lot of times, in these divine counterparts, you have to be with your divine counterpart, step into mission, because you need them, you need each other to step into the next phase of spiritual transformation. They're going to aid you in your spiritual growth. Without this person, you would remain stagnant. You needed them. I mean, and some of you may have felt, because I know some of you, the people I'm talking to, you're really advanced on your spiritual path. And you may have felt as though you've kind of peaked out where you're at, because you needed this person. So now you're going to be able to get it. You're going to be able to advance further and really step into your mission now. Then you have Six of Swords. It's talking about traveling over water, movement, progress of any kind. You may be planning a trip. This is a good time for movement and change and experience that travel brings. So you can expect improvement to any of your current situations, all of your current situations actually. You could speak to a new job, moving to a new home and travel and enjoying the journey. Everything about your life is about to change. This is a blessing. This is a blessing. Everything about your life is going to change. It's going to be all for the good. And earlier when I was talking about the official person, where there's going to be changes where, and that you may not have a choice in the matter, that could have been speaking to God, actually, because this was needed. This was needed because you're needed. Then you got Eight of Wands. Any spells cast or manifestation, they're all going to manifest now. They're going to hit. This is what I think was the deal. Because you guys are master manifestors. You're very gifted. You have many spiritual gifts. And you don't just have spiritual gifts. You're a master in them. And I think that some of the things you had manifested, not all of them are manifesting. Or, they were delayed because you were too hung up on the outcome. You were trying to control it. And it wasn't even intentionally. It was a subconscious deal. But then there are certain events happen in your life, and the divine got you to a certain point where you got frustrated, and you're just like, fuck it. And kind of was just like you didn't care. When you did it, they did that on purpose. because they knew that they had to do that to remove the block so everything would hit. They did it for you. They love you. They know you much better than you know yourself, so whenever they did that, you're just kind of like, well, I don't care. Let the chips fall where they may. They did that so you could be blessed. All your manifestations are going to come into play. They're going to hit. And they're all going to hit at the same time. All this, mark my word, you're going to have a lot of blessings. A lot of blessings. Because there's stuff that you've probably manifested over the last couple of years, things you've forgotten about that are going to manifest. You're going to have forgotten you even wanted them. They're going to show up. It's going to be like Christmas. Literally. You may be traveling by air. There may be long distance communication between business partners. Things are going to be moving quickly. Your relationships are going to be progressing quickly, as well as things in the bedroom. Yeah, this is your twin flame, and you guys are going to be there's going to be a lot of sexual attraction and chemistry here. So that's going to be a situation. You're like, hey girl, hey. And your relationships are going to be getting off on the right foot and progressing quickly. And the reason you guys are not going to have a problem with this is because you've known this person from a past life. You've known them before. And so, and the people around you, they're like, because Aquarians, I know how y'all roll. Aquarians, y'all could date people like 5 years and not marry them or whatever. This person, you could date them for like 2 months and marry them. And people will be like, what the hell? It's because you're certain, you're sure. See, the problem isn't, it's not about the time. The longer, typically this is real talk, the longer you have to date somebody to decide you want to marry them, and the more likely they're not the one for you. For real. Because it don't take, damn 5 years to decide if, so you've known this person from a past life. That's the reason, you guys are just meeting up again. Because you guys have likely known each other for a millennia, whatever. A lot of people, and you yourself may not even believe in this shit, that when you meet this person, you will. You're like, oh yeah, I remember you, dude. Good to see you again, man. So, my point is, if you don't have to date somebody a long time that you've been married to for several lifetimes, is my point. Then you have the Queen of Swords. It's important to pay attention to your instincts, your intuition. You're receiving new ideas via downloads, so it's time to try something new. You're going to be career-oriented, honest, and focused. And you're going to be successful at whatever you set out to do. And that's the thing about you guys, that's how y'all roll. You can be good at anything you want to. But now that you are focused and this is the path for you guys are going to be very successful at whatever this is. Your guidance is to assert your independence and stand up for yourself and follow your intuition and try something new. Trust yourself. Listen to your intuition. You guys, like I said, in terms of intuition, if out of any of the signs, I'm not biased, but out of any of the signs, if I were to trust somebody's intuition, be it Aqua. Every time, hands down. Because you guys are tapped in, man. You guys get divine revelation directly. You may not speak about that freely, but you do. So listen to yourself. Because it's always right. If you're tapped in. And try something new. And that's the thing. All of this is going to be... Whatever this is something you would have never, ever, ever probably considered or even looked into or whatever. But it's perfect for you. And you also know it's going to be perfect, or, it's been divinely orchestrated because the way it's going to work out is going to be seamless, flawless. And there's no other way it could have worked out other than divine intervention. You'll know. And you have the Sun card. It's about good omens, good luck, achievement, creativity, and breakthroughs. So, success is yours. Expect happier times. Your power is at its peak. Focus that charisma and see where it takes you. It's going to take you far. You guys are the star. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Everybody's been wondering what you've been waiting for. This is it. Things are working in your favor. You have ongoing incentive of funds. This can be very lucrative, whatever this is. But also, it's going to be blessed because it's your divine purpose. Someone's going to be expressing their appreciation for who you are. This is going to come with fame, growth, success, and happiness. You guys are going to be famous. For the people this is for, laugh now. Get back with me a year from now and see where you're at. The person you are today, you will not even recognize a year from now. Maybe in 6 months from now. Because then after that, you got the star card. Have hope, follow your dreams, and your wishes will be granted. They will be. If at some point you gave up on someone or something, this could be even love. I think a lot of you may at one point had given up on love, but not consciously. It was subconsciously. This person in this situation, it may just change your mind. It will change your mind. Gandhi once said, "Only he who is smitten by the arrows of love knows its power." That's a book it was written by him. It's called Principles of Truth. It's his autobiography. In this time frame, it's going to be about your principles of truth. Love somehow manages to transcend any barriers or fears in the hearts and minds of those we love. Love is the most powerful emotion known to mankind. Only love can heal a broken heart. Only love can heal a broken world. Have you guys ever stopped to think about what your superpower is? Really thought about it? It's your love. Your love is your superpower. It's your ability to love unconditionally with a purity that heals the lives of those you touch. You see, we heal the world one hug at a time, one conversation at a time, one smile at a time. We give people hope. To survive this world, sometimes all people need is hope. Never underestimate the power your love holds. You may not believe this, but your love saves the lives of the people it touches. I guarantee you that you as a person have saved someone's life and you didn't even know it, just because of who you are. Love conquers all. In the end, it conquers all. Those with the brightest light often face the darkest night. You know why? Because you're that powerful. You're that powerful. Never allow the world to dim your light, because we need you. We need your light to help us get back home. Be the bright spot in a dark world. That's your gift to the world. That's your superpower. I pulled the shamanic healing card, and I got feminine energy was the card. There it goes. And the book reads, "Darkness, the moon, the tides, the quiet gestation before the chaos, the void. These are all aspects of the feminine energy: passive, waiting, gestating, and nurturing. It is the opposite of the prior card, which is the masculine energy. So very different, yet the perfect companion. Perhaps you have yet to find your feminine side. The life you're leading right now is giving you opportunity to embrace this part of you. But between the two opposing energies, feminine energy is the harder one to embrace. It requires trust and lack of fear. Trust that all is and as it should be, in the absence of the fear of things not getting done. Perhaps in the past you've been hurt when you're embracing your feminine energy, physically or mentally. This was the free will of the person who hurt you. It was not caused by being who you were. Do not let the actions of another dictate who you need to be. Examine your feminine side. Become friends with her again. Alternatively, this card represents an important woman in your life. And that's what I was speaking to, is that, the way people respond to us, the way they treat us, that speaks to who they are. It does not speak to who we are. Hurt people hurt people. Healed people heal people. I don't care what you've been through. Don't let your experiences define your future. Those experiences were introduced into your life for an opportunity for growth, to become who you are. It's going to be part of your testimony, and that's how, in part, how you're going to heal the world, is with your story. A lot can be, a lot is said about an individual in terms of how they overcome adversity. Turn your pain into your power. Don't let it make you jaded and bitter and angry. You can always tell someone with a lot of power, that very strong person, because they're the most loving people. Because it takes a powerful person to be able to love unconditionally. It doesn't take, weak people are mean, and they respond out of anger and hurt. A powerful person is someone who can extend their love to you unconditionally and without expectation. It takes a powerful person to be able to love you, knowing that you may not love them back, because they'll be okay with that, because they know who they are. They know they don't need your love it doesn't define them. Your reaction, their response to them doesn't define who they are. It defines who you are. And they know that. My point is, unfortunately, a lot of people, when they speak of feminine energy, they act as though, or they think it's a weakened state. No. Your feminine energy is where your power comes from. It's where your power comes from. It's where your wisdom comes from. It's where your gifts come from. Only when you get, you're not living in a state of, fear or lack-based consciousness can you get into your feminine energy. This is Empress energy. In fact, this is High Priestess energy. High Priestess is, in terms of the food chain, is above the Empress. That's the goal. Step into your High Priestess energy. It's where she's at. Because this is where your power's at. And do not ever let anybody demean this, because this is your powerhouse. Anybody that, or a world that tries to make you feel small because you're a woman, it's only because they know how powerful you are. Remember that. Step into your feminine energy. Be unapologetically and authentically yourself, and let love guide you, not fear. That's your reading. I hope you guys have a fantastic week and rest of the month. And till next time, namaste.